Welcome back. Today we're setting our time machine to 1982, a year of profound contradictions for the United States. What music was the most popular at the time? Which celebrities died that year? Which movie changed everything? And which political events influenced the future of the United States? We're getting started, and you subscribe to the channel and write your memories of this year. Cats musical opens on Broadway. Andrew Lloyd Webber's musical Cats, based on Eliot's whimsical poetry, opened at Broadway's Winter Garden Theater and quickly became a global phenomenon. Its imaginative feline costumes and makeup, Grisabella's show-stopping ballad Memory, and innovative choreography by Gillian Lynne captivated audiences. Cats redefined the mega-musical genre, running for nearly 18 years and becoming one of Broadway's longest-running and most recognizable shows, attracting tourists and theatergoers in droves. Air Florida Flight 90 crashes into Potomac River. Air Florida Flight 90 crashed into the 14th Street Bridge in Washington, D.C. shortly after takeoff during a snowstorm, then plunged into the icy Potomac River.
Plane just come dropping right out of the sky, right at you. And all I did was scream.
The disaster killed 78 people, including 4 motorists on the bridge. Heroic actions by bystander Lenny Skutnik and emergency responders were widely reported. The crash, attributed to pilot error regarding de-icing procedures, led to investigations and changes in cold weather flight protocols and cockpit crew coordination. First execution by lethal injection. Texas carried out the first execution in the United States using lethal injection, administering a fatal dose of drugs to Charlie Brooks Jr. This method was introduced as a more humane alternative to older methods like the electric chair or gas chamber, which were increasingly viewed as cruel and unusual. The adoption of lethal injection by Texas, and subsequently by many other states, marked a significant shift in the practice of capital punishment in America, though it also brought new legal and ethical challenges regarding the drugs used and the nature of the procedure. Multiple space shuttle missions continue program. Following its successful 1981 debut, NASA's Space Shuttle program continued to advance with 3 missions by Columbia in 1982. STS-3, March, STS-4, June, July, and the first operational mission, STS-5, November. These flights further tested the orbiter's systems, conducted scientific experiments, and, significantly with STS-5, deployed commercial communication satellites for the first time. These missions demonstrated the shuttle's increasing capabilities and versatility, solidifying its role as the primary U.S. vehicle for human spaceflight and satellite deployment for the coming years, despite the inherent risks and costs associated with the ambitious program. Introduction of Diet Coke. The Coca-Cola Company launched Diet Coke.
You know what's new? Diet Coke!
Its first major brand extension using the Coke trademark. Riding the wave of increasing health and fitness consciousness, it was marketed as a sugar-free alternative. Diet Coke quickly became a phenomenal commercial success, a staple in the burgeoning diet soft drink market, and intensified the cola wars with Pepsi. Its launch marked a significant moment in consumer product history and beverage marketing. Launch of USA Today newspaper. Gannett Company launched USA Today, a new national daily newspaper distinguished by its colorful graphics, shorter articles, emphasis on sports coverage, and nationwide distribution.
Now, America has a national daily newspaper, USA Today.
Something new, the USA Today.
It aimed to provide a quick, visually appealing overview of news from across the country. While initially derided by some traditional journalists as McPaper for its brevity and style, USA Today quickly gained a large readership and significantly influenced newspaper design and content presentation across the industry, adapting to what it perceived as the changing reading habits of Americans. John Belushi dies. Comedian and actor John Belushi, famous for his energetic performances on Saturday Night Live and in films like Animal House and The Blues Brothers, was found dead at age 33 in a bungalow at the Chateau Marmont in Los Angeles. His death, caused by an overdose of cocaine and heroin, a speedball, shocked fans in the entertainment industry. Belushi's tragic end highlighted the dangers of drug abuse in Hollywood and cut short the career of one of the era's most iconic comedic talents. Commodore 64, home computer released. Commodore International released the Commodore 64, C64, an 8-bit home computer that would go on to become one of the best-selling single personal computer models of all time. With its relatively affordable price, impressive graphics and sound capabilities for its time, and wide range of available software, especially games, the C64 played a crucial role in popularizing home computing and introducing a generation to programming and digital entertainment. It competed fiercely with other home computers like the Apple II and Atari models. Epcot Center opens at Walt Disney World. Walt Disney World in Florida opened its second major theme park, EPCOT Center, Experimental Prototype Community of Tomorrow. Originally conceived by Walt Disney as a futuristic utopian city, it opened as a park with two distinct sections: Future World, showcasing technological innovation and exploration, and World Showcase, featuring pavilions representing 11 different nations. Epcot aimed to combine entertainment with education, inspiring guests with visions of the future and fostering international understanding. Its opening was a significant event in the theme park industry and a major expansion for the Disney Company, drawing millions of visitors. Equal Rights Amendment, ERA, fails ratification. Despite a decade-long extension for ratification, the Equal Rights Amendment officially failed to meet the required approval from 38 states by the June 30th, 1982 deadline. First proposed in 1923, the ERA aimed to guarantee legal gender equality for women and men. Although it had gained momentum in the 1970s, a conservative backlash led by figures like Phyllis Schlafly, who argued it would undermine traditional family structures and lead to negative consequences like women being drafted, successfully stalled its progress in several state legislatures. The failure was a significant setback for the feminist movement, though it spurred continued activism for women's rights through other legislative and judicial avenues. John Hinckley Jr. found not guilty by reason of insanity. John Hinckley Jr., who had attempted to assassinate President Ronald Reagan in March 1981, was found not guilty by reason of insanity. The verdict, reached after an 8-week trial, sparked widespread public outrage and intense debate over the insanity defense in the American legal system. Many felt the verdict did not provide justice for the wounding of the president and 3 others. As a direct result, Congress and several states passed laws to tighten the standards for the insanity defense, including the Insanity Defense Reform Act of 1984, which made it more difficult for defendants to successfully use such a plea. Dedication of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. The Vietnam Veterans Memorial, a striking black granite wall inscribed with the names of over 58,000 Americans killed or missing in action, was dedicated in 1982, Washington, D.C. Designed by Maya Lin, its minimalist design, though initially controversial, quickly became a powerful site for national mourning and healing. The dedication provided a belated public recognition for Vietnam veterans, helping to separate the personal sacrifice of soldiers from the political divisiveness of the war itself, and offering a space for reflection and remembrance. Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act. In a partial reversal of the previous year's large tax cuts, ERTA, Congress passed and President Reagan signed TEFRA. Faced with rapidly growing budget deficits exacerbated by the recession and ERTA's revenue reductions, TEFRA aimed to increase federal revenue by approximately $98.3 billion over 3 years. It did this through a combination of closing tax loopholes, strengthening IRS enforcement, increasing certain excise taxes, like those on cigarettes and telephone services, and modifying some business and individual deductions. It was essentially the largest tax increase in U.S. peacetime history, reflecting growing concerns about fiscal responsibility. NBA Finals, Los Angeles Lakers defeat Philadelphia. The Los Angeles Lakers, showcasing their Showtime-era dynamism, defeated the Philadelphia led by Julius Erving, 4-2 in the NBA Finals. Magic Johnson, who played sensationally throughout the series, including a triple-double in the deciding Game 6, was named NBA Finals MVP for the second time in his young career. This victory marked the Lakers' second championship in 3 years and further solidified their status as a dominant force in the NBA. The rivalry between the Lakers and Philadelphia and between Magic Johnson and Julius Erving was a highlight of early 1980s basketball. New York Islanders secure a third straight Stanley Cup. The New York Islanders continued their NHL dynasty by sweeping the Vancouver Canucks 4-0 in the Stanley Cup Finals. This victory marked the Islanders' third consecutive Stanley Cup championship, cementing their status as one of hockey's all-time great teams. Mike Bossy of the Islanders was awarded the Conn Smythe Trophy as the playoff MVP, having scored 7 goals in the finals. The Islanders' dominance showcased a team effort with stars like Brian Trottier, Dennis Potvin, and Billy Smith in goal. E.T. the Extraterrestrial captivates audiences. Steven Spielberg's science fiction fantasy film E.T. the Extraterrestrial premiered, becoming an instant cultural phenomenon and the highest-grossing film up to that point. The heartwarming story of a lonely boy, Elliot, who befriends a gentle alien stranded on Earth, resonated deeply with audiences of all ages. E.T. was lauded for its emotional storytelling, John Williams' iconic score, and pioneering special effects. It became a beloved classic, defining a generation's experience of wonder and empathy at the cinema, and significantly impacting family filmmaking. Michael Jackson releases Thriller album. Michael Jackson released his 6th studio album, Thriller. This album would transcend musical genres and become the best-selling album of all time worldwide, catapulting Jackson into unprecedented global superstardom. Featuring iconic hits like Billie Jean, Beat It, and the title track, Thriller, it masterfully blended pop, rock, R&B, and funk. Its groundbreaking music videos, especially for Thriller, revolutionized the medium, broke racial barriers on MTV, and set new standards for artistic and commercial achievement in the music industry. The album's influence on music, dance, and fashion was and remains immense. Here are some more popular songs of this year.
I wanna reach out and grab you. Ever, could never. I guess the rain's down in Africa.
You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you.
Body language. Body language.
Don't know who you are. To a real dead ring up alone. A real dead ring up alone.
Words of you I have spoken. I could waste 1,000 years. Do you come from a land down under?